Hey, Youth First, it's so excited to see you guys tonight and able to hang out with you for a few minutes. I hope you guys are enjoying the springtime as we have. I just got a chance the other day to take Parker and Peyton out and we caught some fish and that was a great time. And I wonder, what are you doing during this quarantine to pass the time? Some of you are outdoors. I've seen some of you riding bikes. Some of you, I have to imagine, are watching stuff on TV. Maybe even you hopped on Disney and decided to check out the new Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker. I mean, well, it's not new, but it's new on streaming services. And just out of curiosity, what is your favorite show to watch online right now? Please comment below and tell us what your favorite show is or what it is that you are presently watching during the quarantine. We're going to take all the names that are put under there of people who put their shows on there. We're going to put you in a drawing for some free ice cream for Dairy Queen. So put your name in your favorite show on what it is that you like to watch. I really enjoyed Avengers Endgame with the Infinity Stones and everything like that. And sometimes when I watch a show, I like to nerd out a little bit afterwards and look things up and learn a little bit more about it. And it was interesting as I was looking things up, I didn't realize that Infinity Stones were first called Soul Gems. And I thought that is super interesting because it is about this rock and a power. And one of the things that kind of hit my head in that moment is, I wonder what's a gem for our soul. And I want to ask you a question tonight. What is in your soul tonight? Are you feeling a sense of optimism because spring is here? Are you feeling a sense of despair perhaps because spring sports have been canceled, or graduations are up in the air, or maybe college is coming and you don't even know really what's going on? Or maybe for some of you, you just haven't seen certain family members for such a long time that that's starting to make you feel down. Maybe for some of you, you were kind of enjoying the homeschool thing, and so the idea of not having to go back to school is making your soul feel pretty good. In 2 Corinthians chapter 4, the Bible tells us this little conflict of different emotions that are going on. It says in verse 8, we are pressed on both sides, but we are not crushed. We are perplexed, but not driven to despair. Are you perplexed right now? Seems like I talk to lots of people and they have different understandings of what's going on. So maybe you don't feel troubled, but maybe you feel confused. Like, what is actually going on with COVID-19? Why are we not allowed to be able to go back into restaurants just like normal? What will life look like in the fall? And maybe with all those questions, you, like the writer of the Bible here, might have this feeling of despair. But he says, we are perplexed, but we aren't driven to despair. We are hunted down, but we are never abandoned by God. And I want to focus on that today to let you know that we, in the midst of everything that is going on, we are not abandoned by God. In fact, in 2 Corinthians, not only does it say that we are perplexed but not driven to despair, that we do have troubles on all sides of us. We do have things going on in the world, whether it be from killer bees or lack of toilet paper or COVID-19, all that stuff. When we start to go, what is going on? I mean, with all these things going on in the world, from the killer bees to COVID-19 to the lack of toilet paper, what's going to happen next? Is Fortnite going to crash? Netflix? Please tell me not Disney Plus. What would we do then? But the Bible says in spite of all of that, we don't have despair. And where does that come from? In 2 Corinthians chapter 4, in verse 7, in the second part, it talks about how this life is nothing but fragile jars. But it's what in the jar. It's what the gem of the soul that's important. And it says this makes it clear that our great power, the gem of our life, comes from God, not of ourselves. See, we don't have to have despair. See, we don't have to feel trouble and let it bog us down, because we know within inside of us is this gem, is this soul gem that is so powerful and so strong that we know we can withstand whatever is going on around us because we are connected to something stronger than ourselves. I hope you today are connected to something stronger than yourself. And if you're not, then I hope today that you would just take that step to go, God, here am I. God, I need you to come be the king of my soul, to come and have my life. And maybe for you, you've just been going through a time and you've allowed it, or maybe not even allow it, just has overtaken you a little bit. I want to encourage you that you serve a God that will not abandon you, that you serve a God that is greater than any challenge going on. So today, be encouraged, because number one, you serve a God who's greater than anything going on. Or number two, you can know a God that will take care of you and will be the gem of your soul. Later in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, the writer goes on to say, and because of how great our God is, I cannot keep my mouth quiet. I tell of him because I have to. I hope during this time, if you have God in your life, if you have that soul gem in you, that you are letting people know, that you are telling other people about the hope that our God is greater than what's going on around us. Be encouraged this week. Stay connected with God. And tonight, jump into Zoom groups and encourage other people, laugh together, and look forward to when we all get to be together again. We love you guys. Have a great week.